An adrenaline-pumping science fiction thriller with dinosaurs? We've done this before. Lucky number 7? Jurassic World Rebirth comes out today. It's starring Scarlett Johansson and Mahershala Ali, and Jonathan Bailey playing the sexy nerd who sometimes takes off his glasses, but never his shirt. Jurassic World Rebirth is a standalone sequel to Jurassic World Dominion that came out in 2022. This film is directed by Gareth Edwards and written by David Koepp. David Koepp is the screenwriter who wrote Jurassic Park that came out in 1993 based on the Michael Crichton book. It's still the best, the original. With a David Koepp screenplay, you think it's gonna be as good or even better than that first original movie. The thing is, David Koepp is not the same person that he was in 1993. Lots of time has passed, lots of political and cultural things have evolved and changed in the world and in his brain. He's technically a different writer. This film wasn't fun, except for some really cool adrenaline-pumping action sequences. It got political. Of course, we've got the corporate douchebag guy. We've always had those, played by Rupert Friend. He only cares about the money, and he doesn't really care about the lives. Money is the bottom line. He recruits Scarlett Johansson's character, Zora Bennett, and her chosen team of skilled operatives, Mahershala Ali, and a few others, and they are going to go to the most dangerous place on Earth where the mutant dinosaurs have now taken over and they are basically monsters. This place is off limits by all governments. It's totally uninhabitable, except apparently this small village that lives there that is so bizarre. We're teased that there's a small village, and then we never see that there's a small village. The most hardcore mercenaries in the entire world are scared for their lives and barely get out alive, with half of them dying. And apparently there's a small village right there. This spot near the equator where these dinosaurs can roam freely and thrive and mutate into weird, crazy monsters is the site of the original lab where they were first developing the dinosaurs. Top of the movie, we find out dinosaurs are a normal thing in New York, and there's a giant herbivore that is blocking traffic and everyone's just honking and annoyed. Rupert Friend's character recruits these mercenaries, Zora and her team, and a scientist played by Jonathan Bailey, who is frustrated that his exhibit of dinosaurs is being closed down in New York City because no one really cares about dinosaurs anymore. Rupert Friend represents this big company. He just needs 3 samples of blood from living dinosaurs right by this equator where the original lab was. This company is going to make trillions of dollars to create this pharmaceutical drug that is going to cure heart disease and save millions of people, but in reality, it's only going to save a few because they're going to make it super expensive. Not everyone will have access to this life-saving drug. For the right price, Zora agrees to do it if she can pick her team, and everyone on this team is going to become millionaires because they are risking their lives and they're the only people that can do it. Cut to one of the most annoying and dysfunctional families you can think of that are having a sailboat ride right through where these dangerous dinosaurs are roaming, and it is cut off from everyone going. The dad is like confused why there's dinosaurs around, and he says he takes that route all the time. He's got a very young daughter on this sailboat in these very dangerous waters, an older teenage daughter who is bitching at everyone, and her totally, completely useless, really disrespectful in an annoying way boyfriend who wants to sit around the boat and smoke weed and sleep. You already don't like this family because they're already fighting and rude to each other and disrespectful to each other. And now they're in a place where they shouldn't be. Lo and behold, there's swimming dinosaurs that knock their boat over and they're stranded. Cut to a team of mercenaries that are on their way. They've got one mission and one mission alone. They are going to be multi-millionaires. They earned this. They have spent their life, Zora, Scarlett Johansson's character, and Mahershala Ali and company, they have spent their life on these really dangerous missions. These kind of hardcore secret operatives that have seen their friends die and know how dangerous this spot is that they're going, they just want to complete this last job and they want to go home and they want to be done with it. I don't buy for a second these really hardcore secret ops are going to completely abandon this mission, go hours out of their way to save these random people. They rescue this family. These teenagers are so ungrateful. They're bitching at them. They're pissed. They want to go straight home. They're like, oh, they're shocked. They can't believe it that this boat of mercenaries that save their lives has actually something else that they need to do. And now we've got 2 separate stories. We're cutting back and forth The dad with the teenagers and the little girl and these mercenaries that are trying to get these blood samples. There's a lot of cool heart-pumping scenes where you're like gasping, like, okay, they're just barely escaping the jaws of these dinosaurs. It's kind of fun in some of those action scenes, and it's cool to see the big dinosaurs, even though of course it's super CGI. And they're on this beautiful island and you never know what's gonna pop out next, and slowly they're like, okay, it's a monster dinosaur, it's so mutated. I get that premise is basic enough, so they needed to add something else, but at least add a family that we care about, that maybe like they were on a honeymoon or something. Like, we need to care about this other family. Scarlett Johansson's fantastic. I love seeing her climbing cliffs and shooting dinosaurs. I wanted to see her and Jonathan Bailey's character, the scientist, like at least develop something more there if you feel like just getting the samples isn't enough. Nothing was developed there. I mean, the nerdy scientist that takes off his glasses a couple times, you're like, oh wow, he's hot. I mean, come on, we could have at least developed that story a little bit more. No surprises, most of the people get eaten, the main people get out alive. I don't know, instead of having like maybe a little romance with like the hot nerd and Scarlett Johansson, or having a fun, cool other side story where maybe we see the village or something, which is weird that there's a village there. We don't get any of that. We get a little bit of talk about, you know, what they're gonna do with the blood samples, and medicine should be for everybody. And it's like, okay, like, why does this have to be political? It's a fun dinosaur movie. What did you guys think about the 7th movie in this Jurassic franchise? Kind of fun to see in the theater. Disappointing overall. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.